Hello, Board of Directors. Today we are going to be discussing how CVS can address Oceanic's sustainability. We are the coalition representatives.
Jack Becker,
Gillman,
Jack Mollin,
Ben Solomon,
and Sneha Yarlagadda.
We are going to give you an overview of our company, CVS, and sustainability initiatives that can be taken to please their stakeholders. Moving into the overview. CVS Health Corporation is the largest pharmaceutical healthcare provider in the United States. It is viewed as one of the most trustworthy pharmacies, and that's why we believe CVS should undertake sustainability initiatives as it aligns with their mission statement to improve the lives of customers through high-quality services. It's important that we address the needs of our stakeholders. Stakeholders are anyone or any group that affects or is affected by a company's decisions, policies, and operations. Now we are going to discuss UN Sustainable Development Goal 14 and the issues regarding sustainability. The 14th UN Sustainable Development Goal is to conserve and to sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. The global share of marine fish stocks that are within biologically sustainable levels declined from 90% in 1974 to 69% in 2013. Current levels of marine acidity have increased by 26% since the Industrial Revolution. Coastal eutrophication is expected to increase in 20% of large marine ecosystems by 2050. These statistics prove the vital need to address sustainability. Over 3 billion people depend on marine and coastal biodiversity for their livelihoods. Additionally, by the year 2050, there will be more plastic in our oceans than fish. When plastic litter gets into the oceans and other bodies of water, it breaks down into small pieces of plastic that bind into toxic chemicals. Another problem involving chemicals are those from prescription drugs and over-the-counter medications that get into lakes, rivers, and streams.
So when looking at single-use plastics, Americans use 100 billion plastic bags per year and only 1% are returned for recycling. It's super important that CVS addresses this issue, and previously they did by having the green bag tag program to encourage customers to decline using plastic bags. However, currently nothing is being done by CVS to prevent the usage of single-use plastics, as they've repealed this program as well. Another problem that CVS can address is pharmaceuticals that are present in water. There's been measurable amounts of medications found in 80% of rivers and streams across the country. Wildlife is affected by this as estrogen and chemicals alter the female-to-male ratios in fish and other wildlife in the streams. CVS offers drug returns, but this program is not well advertised and there's no incentive for customers. It's really important that CVS has prescription drug take-back days that are promoted well so that chemicals are no longer put in the ecosystem. CVS can address the medication issues by addressing supply chain. The drug manufacturing results in a lot of pharmaceutical pollution, but CVS expects suppliers to participate in decreasing the environmental footprint. In order to encourage this more, CVS should actively advocate for more sustainable pharmaceutical disposal of their suppliers.
Now we're going to discuss the different stakeholders involved in this problem. The three main stakeholders involved are environmentally conscious consumers, NGOs, and the Environmental Protection Agency. Environmentally conscious consumers make up 71% of all consumers and look to shop sustainably. NGOs are non-governmental organizations that have specialized interests, and in this case, we're going to be discussing Oceanic. The Environmental Protection Agency is a government agency that aims to protect the environment and enforce regulations and laws. Environmentally conscious consumers make up the majority of customers and look to have a positive impact on the environment when shopping and want to minimize their negative impacts. They also want to know about all of the effects that each product has on the environment. 45% of these customers seek out environmental information about the products that they buy. When buying the products, they look to buy goods packaged in reusable materials and avoid plastics in an attempt to reduce potential ocean damages. These customers would want to not use plastic bags for their goods and would be in favor of using reusable or paper bags. Customers, in this case, have high stakeholder power because of their purchasing power and easy ability to switch to competitors who implement more sustainable practices. Customers are a market and external stakeholder. Customers also determine the reputation of a company and can easily detract potential customers from CVS if they do not see a committed effort from CVS to reduce its negative effects on the ocean. Oceanic is an NGO founded in 1999 that is committed to protecting and restoring the oceans on a global scale. Regarding the issue of dumping pharmaceuticals in the ocean, Oceana is specifically looking to prevent pharmaceuticals from contaminating the oceans and hurting marine life. Oceana's main goal is to educate citizens on the proper disposal of pharmaceuticals and wants customers not to dump unused drugs into the toilet or the oceans. As an NGO, Oceana does not have a direct impact on CVS as it is a non-market external stakeholder, but it does have some power in regards to its ability to spread information about the environmental impact of goods to customers and its ability to organize boycotts if they see that CVS is not following through with helping the oceans. The mission of the Environmental Protection Agency is to promote human health and the environment. One law, the Marine Protection Research and Sanctuaries Act, was enacted to regulate the dumping of all materials which would adversely affect human health, welfare or amenities, or the marine environment. The EPA looks to enforce this act and regulate the materials dumped in the oceans to ensure that all that is dumped in is not harmful to marine life. As a non-market external stakeholder, the EPA has high power because they can enforce laws and regulations that could lead to potential fines for suppliers if they do not follow regulations. On the other hand, the EPA can also provide grants to suppliers and help suppliers jumpstart their sustainability programs. In regards to stakeholder coalitions, each of these stakeholders is powerful on their own. As consumers can petition regulations or switch to competitors, NGOs can create funding campaigns, and the EPA can enforce laws. But when all of these stakeholders come together and form a coalition, they become more powerful. Together, consumers in Oceana can get many more people to lobby the government in favor of enacting new laws and regulations that promote helping the oceans and the environment. And then the EPA can enforce these new laws and ensure that they are being followed. These new regulations could disrupt CVS's business if they do not take action first.
Next, we'll go over our call to action. The three solutions we propose are recognizing sustainable suppliers, decreasing plastic bags waste, and keeping drugs out of the water supply. To improve the supply chain and make it more sustainable, first, CVS should create a special section in stores to promote products from ocean-friendly suppliers. This would represent an expansion of the Sustainable Supplier Partner Program, which currently is only a page on the company website and not very visible. Promoting products from sustainable suppliers in stores will incentivize participation in sustainable programs because free marketing will create more sales revenues, which will trickle down as profits to suppliers. Sustainable suppliers will be in favor of this program because they will be rewarded for their efforts, while customers will also appreciate it because they will know they're buying products from suppliers who are sustainable and helping improve the oceans. Suppliers who harm the ocean may be against this measure because they will not be receiving these benefits and will be pressured to change, but this is good for the environment. Another crucial solution is to cut down on the amount of plastic bags used in stores. The first way they can do this is by reinstating the green bag tag program. This consists of selling reusable bags in CVS stores and then giving CVS loyalty card members discounts when they use them to buy products. Paper bags can also be offered as an alternative more frequently, which is done by other retailers such as Trader Joe's. Additionally, adding a nominal charge for customers for each bag they use may make them think about their impact and choose to use paper bags or their own bags more frequently. Consumers who are environmentally conscious will favor this initiative because it will reduce their environmental impact. Oceana will also favor it because it protects the oceans and marine life, while the EPA will be in favor because it reduces plastic waste in the ocean. Plastic bag manufacturers may be against this since it will reduce their profits they get from selling bags. Lastly, CVS should reduce the amount of pharmaceuticals that are dumped into the oceans. The first way they can do this is by educating customers and suppliers who may not know how to dispose of pharmaceuticals properly, which would decrease the rate that they dump them in the oceans. They can also expand a little-known drug buyback program to prevent dumping, which will give a monetary incentive for customers to send their drugs back to CVS. They will be paid for this and won't flush their drugs down the toilet or throw them in rivers or sewers instead. The EPA would be in favor of this measure because it would protect the environment and reduce the number of toxins in waterways. Oceana would also be in favor of this because it would decrease contaminants in the ocean and educate consumers on the harmful effects drugs can have. People against this would be suppliers who might need to change their disposal practices in order to keep up with CVS's new requirements. Management of CVS might also be against this because they would have to pay customers who return their drugs, and this would affect profits. But in the long run, it would help save the oceans, and those would be a benefit.
Next steps, implications, and recommendations to our call to action. In summary, the call to action for CVS includes an emphasis on the reduction of plastic bag waste through the sale of reusable bags at their stores while also offering paper bags more frequently as an alternative. Furthermore, this action involves educating customers and suppliers on how to dispose of drugs properly while expanding upon their drug buyback program to prevent the dumping of unused pills. Lastly, CVS would highlight sustainable suppliers in marketing campaigns and also create a special section in stores to promote products from ocean-friendly suppliers. Overall, this call to action aims to not only target the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 14 to reduce waste below the water, but bring more attention to the issue as a whole. Although there are both costs and benefits to this call to action, we believe the benefits outweigh the costs. Particular costs of this call to action would involve the cost of implementing a new program to the thousands of retail locations across CVS. Furthermore, suppliers could react negatively to the change as they would have to change their disposal practices to meet the sustainability requirement for this call to action. On the other hand, the benefits of reducing waste, reducing costs, creating a positive public image, and also preserving values to manage stakeholders could potentially create significant benefits for CVS, while also setting a precedent for other similar retail stores. These benefits can also develop into long-term gain creators for CVS. Long-term benefits involve forming a better partnership between stakeholders and CVS, as this call to action exemplifies how CVS is committed to hearing their concerns. Furthermore, new customers may be more likely to choose CVS after knowing that CVS's values align with their own. NGOs like the EPA are also happier with CVS's operations and are probably more likely to allow them leniency in their business practices. Lastly, CVS can use this in marketing and advertising efforts to illustrate that they are committed to sustainability as opposed to their competitors in the industry. In result, they can be industry leaders and pave the way for increased sustainability, truly building a better world through business.